folks, thank you for tuning in. This is Noman and this is my second ever video review. I'm super excited for this one because Scorpion is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. And Storm Collectibles did a pretty good job with Sub-Zero. But before we continue, I wanted to request if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and support my young channel. Okay, so let's get Scorpion over here to the light box for an in-depth look and then bring him back out for some poses. So the print quality of the box is quite nice. As you can see, the colors really pop. The textures feel really nice under your fingers. You have the familiar Mortal Kombat font over there. You see the Storm Collectibles logo down here. Figure looks quite good on the box, though yeah, that elbow joint looks really unsightly. And you have the nice demonic eyes on Scorpion. Back of the box looks pretty good too. Here you have Scorpion in some interesting poses. He's throwing his chain, maybe he's inviting Sub-Zero for some tea. Here he is doing some fire punches. He's got himself in an interesting pose with his signature chain. So let's get this thing open, but before we do, I'm kind of concerned because there are some rattling sounds coming out of this box. So when I opened Sub-Zero, it was fine, but now I'm concerned about Scorpion because it's making these sounds. I hope nothing's broken inside. So let's get this thing open and check if anything's broken inside. There's a lot of suspense. Well, you're probably not feeling it, but I am. So it doesn't look like anything's broken. I think something got loose or whatever, but yeah, looks fine. First impressions are, wow, this is my childhood in a box. Clumsy fingers over here. Wow, that was really nice. Before we start looking at the accessories, I just have to tell you guys, this figure smells really nice. There's that nice, nasty, toxic factory smell of paint and plastic that I love when I open a new figure. Yeah, that smells really good. So here are all of Scorpion's accessories. Let's check out the fireball first. Wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. It almost looks like an Indian sweet. It looks delicious. It looks like an Indian sweet you eat and then you get diabetes. But yeah, it's made of plastic. And it's quite sharp, so you have to handle it carefully. It's painted nicely. It's translucent, so light passes through it. Scorpion's hand fits in here, so it looks like he's punching a fireball. But that's beautifully done, and I think that's the crown jewel of his accessories. That is very, very, very nice. So let's look at his weapons. The wakizashi looks quite good. The sheath is nicely painted. Lots of detail. Nice texture over here. The blade feels quite sharp. It feels good. I think it's metal. Unfortunately, the paintwork is a bit dull on the blade. Let's check out the katana. Yeah, the sheath is very nice. Nice texture. Beautifully painted. Oh, again. The blade isn't painted as well as it should be. It's a bit underwhelming. In fact, it feels like a Marvel Legends sword rather than a sword on a high-end collectible. It's too dull. The kunai looks pretty good though. Nicely painted. Nice material. Here is his signature chain. The chain is very nice. Has some weight to it. And I don't think it's been painted. That's why it looks so authentic. And yeah, I think it's made of metal. It's quite good. So in addition to the 2 hands on his body, Scorpion also comes with 4 sets of hands. Unlike Sub-Zero's hands, these hands are very cleanly painted. As you can see, the skin tones are nice. There's no paint leakage from the blue pads onto his hands, onto his palms. So good job over here, Storm Collectibles. I'm not sure what happened with my copy of Sub-Zero, but these are quite clean. They're almost creepy looking. They're so detailed and realistic. This is the same stand as the Sub-Zero figure, and as I said before, this is a bit of a mixed bag. I like that it's modular, so you can get that pulled in different parts or different positions. And you can move this quite far up, quite far down. So theoretically, you're like, okay, this is great. I can get Scorpion in a flying pose up here or have him kneeling over here. Unfortunately, this thing can't bear his weight, so it's kind of pointless. So in addition to lacking detail, it's not very good at supporting Scorpion at all, or Sub-Zero. So this is something that Storm Collectibles needs to work on and give us better stands in the future, because this is subpar. And this is probably the worst part of this figure. So now that we've seen all the accessories, let's move on to the meat of the review, and that's Scorpion himself. Let's start with the head sculpt. Again, excellent work by Storm Collectibles on the head sculpt, just like Sub-Zero. Looks like it was ripped out of the video game. Lots and lots of detail on that face over here. I love how the skin tone is a bit pale, like he just came out of hell. I love those eyes. Those demonic eyes, really nicely done. The sculpt feels good too. The texture over here on the face mask, on the skin, all very good. The hood looks really good from the back. So yeah, great job Storm Collectibles on this sculpt. Very nice, clean paint. Hello. So here is Scorpion in Paint Me Like One of Your Friends Scorpions pose. There's lots and lots of detail to this figure. As you can see, the shin guards, the knee pads, the boots, the gloves, the arm guards, even the sash over here, really beautifully painted. And there's lots and lots of detail on them. Some dry brushing too for that nice weathering. And same with the tunic. The soft goods are really nicely stitched. There's no thread coming out, unlike Hot Toys. You'll see lots of threads coming out in Hot Toys nowadays. But this is really nicely stitched, very nicely finished, good tailoring. It fits him really well too. And what I absolutely love is the weathering on his tunic here. Even on his shin guards over here, there's a bit of a smoke effect as if he just popped out of hell. I didn't notice that on Sub-Zero, so it's something that they've done exclusively for Scorpion. They've given him more battle damage, more weathering on his clothes. The only thing that is a bit of a negative in terms of aesthetics is that unsightly elbow joint. However, if you pose his elbow, if you flex his arm a bit, you can hide some of that. So that's the only negative with this figure. Otherwise, it looks gorgeous. So the articulation is where this figure really shines. The body is excellent. It's very impressive. It's quite durable too, so you can get him in some dynamic poses without feeling like you're going to break the body. Let's start with the head. You can look up quite far. Look quite far down too. I think that's a butterfly joint, so the shoulder goes up to here. The bicep rotates. You can get a nice little flex here. Unfortunately, it feels like this is a bit limited because of the size of the bicep. There's a waist swivel. It looks down like this. Looks up. You can bend all the way down like he's about to start praying. Thigh rotates. Knee bends back quite far. Kicks forward. But he stands quite well. So there you go. That was just a fatality. For a size comparison, here he is next to Michael Keaton's Batman. Look at those lips on Michael. Here he is next to his mortal enemy, Sub-Zero. As I said, Sub-Zero doesn't seem to have any weathering on his tunic, which Scorpion does, but that seems to suit Scorpion more. Here are Scorpion and Sub-Zero with their heads swapped, because why not? Here are Scorpion and Sub-Zero after coming home drunk from a party. Too much sake! To sum things up, this is an excellent figure. You've got really cool head sculpt, you've got great stitching, you've got lots of detail on the body, on the weapons, very nice accessories, and that fireball flame effect, top notch. But there are some downsides to it too. Those sword blades aren't painted as well as they should be. The elbow joints, you can hide them, but you can still see them. And the biggest problem with this figure is that it only comes with 2 wrist pegs. The wrist pegs that are already in this figure, they are very challenging to remove. You could use needle nose pliers like me, or you could use a heat gun, but you risk breaking them. And if you break them, then you don't have any extras in the box. So yeah, Storm Collectibles, please include some extra wrist pegs next time. And please make sure that they're a bit easier to remove if you've got so many hands and you want us to play with this toy. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please activate the alerts. I hope to see you again soon.